This is the project we're going to be making today. It's a very super simple, fast and easy way to make a little notebook for a gift. And as you can see, I just added a tassel onto it, used some of my dies to create this beautiful shaker. I got the dies from KS Craft. Nicole Silhouette designed them. I put on some little fishies that I had that I got from AliExpress, used my mini cinch, and then just made myself a cute little notebook. To make my little mini notebook, I needed 2 pieces of 6x6 chipboard. You can kind of see how thick it is. And then I needed 2 pieces, well, I have 4 pieces actually. I'm going to do the inside covers as well, of this paper that I got from Stampin' Up! One time. I didn't like it. It was a black and white paper pack. Let's see, the other side's pretty. But this is so perfect because it looks kind of like ocean waves. So I'm going to use that. And then I made a shaker element. Look at that. Look at those colors. I made this shaker element. And I used a die that I got on AliExpress. And it's the large seashell die. It comes from KS Craft. And I think I used those 2 pieces for it. I did not use this piece. And it also comes, just so you know, it comes with bubbles, and it comes with a little mermaid. And it says Mermazing. It's really cute. It's a nice little die set. I will link to it below if I can figure out how to do an AliExpress link. This was created by Nicole Silhouette. I think it's gorgeous. She also has a smaller one too, but this larger one was just perfect for what I wanted. And then I'm going to use my mini cinch machine. And so I chose a wire that is blue just because it kind of coordinates with that. And then I have these awesomely fun little fish resin things. And I got, let me show you, a ton of these at AliExpress. All different colors, all different kinds. Well, not kinds, they're all the same, but they're gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. I love sticking these on my projects. That one's really pretty. So this came from AliExpress. I don't know if I have a link, but I will try to find one. Like I said, I have problems posting AliExpress links. So I'm going to use 4 of those, and my glue, and everything else. And this is super, super simple. For my notebook pages, I just cut some paper, regular copy paper that was not quite 6x6. Let me grab that. This is not quite 6x6. This is just a hair less. Nope, this is exactly 6x6. Okay, good for me. That doesn't happen often. Okay, so I just cut a bunch of paper, 6x6. I'll set that aside for right now. And then, of course, I'm going to use my glue. I'm not going to wrap my chipboard at all. This is going to be so easy that you can make this for craft projects. You can make them in different sizes for stocking stuffers, whatever you want. So I'm just going to apply my glue. If it'll come out. And I just want to get it as close to the edges as I can. And of course it'll probably go, I hope it kind of squishes over. And I don't have good fine motor skills like a lot of crafters do, so my stuff kind of wiggle wobbles. And then I'm just going to put some glue here. I am using art glitter glue. It tends to have less water in it, I guess, than like Elmer's or something. You could use any glue you wanted as long as it just doesn't get yucky on you. Okay. And then I am just going to lay my 6x6 piece of paper on top of my 6x6 cardstock. And I'm just going to press it in place. You know, it's not rocket science. If you have a little bit of hangover, that's easy. Just stick it in the back, cut it off. So I am going to have a little bit of hangover. So I'm just going to look for my scissors, and then I'll just cut off that little piece. Very simple. Okay. We want to make sure that if we have a pattern that has direction like mine does, I want to make sure that my points are going to be up on the other side as well. And I will probably, when I'm all done, choose which one I'm going to use for my outside covers. You know, which side. I'll choose whatever looks the best. So I'm putting glue on the back. I bet you didn't know that, did you? See? Just like that. I'm going to take my paper. I'm just going to lay it. This is also going to have a little bit of overhang. Jean didn't cut it as well as she thought. Okay. There we go. And I'm just kind of laying my scissors along the edge of the chipboard to just cut off that little piece of paper that hung over. Okay, and actually I think I will use that for either the front or the back cover. This side will be up. And I'm going to do exactly the same thing to this one. You don't need to watch me do that because you've seen me do it and it's boring. So I'm going to put this together and I'll be right back. One thing that I might not have mentioned is when you try to get the glue up as close as possible, you really are doing that to kind of seal down your edges. And if you brayer it, that should help that glue spread out. You can use a credit card, you can use your finger, you can use, you know, a special brayer tool. You can use whatever you have, whatever you want. Right. So there you have it. I have my covers done, front and back. So I think I like this one actually for the front cover. I did a little better job of it. And then I'm going to use that one for my back cover. I'm not going to put my decorative elements on it at this time because I need to get those holes punched. Those holes are going to help me line up where I want my decorative element to be. So I'm just going to unpack my mini cinch and then I will... If you've never used the mini cinch before, I just kind of want to tell you a few things with it. So my measurement is 6 inches this way, my spine. That's a whole number. Remember, go back to 2nd and 3rd grade where we learned about whole numbers. That's a whole number. And here it says A and it says whole. That means the whole number, or 1/2 inch increments. And then B would be for other size measurements, and then C would be for your 1/8 inches and stuff. So it tells me, because I'm doing a whole inch, I need to take this little tool out of the side. It's a guide. And I need to stick it right here in the A slots. So I have it in the A slots. And then what I do is, because I am scared to death to mess up my work, I am going to take my piece of paper, guide it in, punch it. See, I have these lovely holes. Now that I have these lovely holes, I can take this out. And I have a blue button that moves up and down that actually has a peg that's going to lock itself in one of these holes. So I just need to look. I think it's the 3rd hole I want, maybe the 2nd hole. Yep, it's the 2nd hole. I'm going to push my peg down so that it actually locks in that hole. And then I'm going to do another punch. And there we have my paper. Came awfully close to that top, didn't it? But that's okay. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and punch a cover right now. So I'm making sure my alignment's right. I'm going to turn it to this spine. I'm going to put it in. I'm only punching it one at a time because this stuff is so thick. See, I had to really use my force with it. Okay, now I'm going to just lower my blue peg into my second from the top hole. Push my cardboard up against the edge and push once again. That's this one. So my paper, I think, is just a tad little tiny bit shorter than a whole number, but that's okay. I probably did that for a reason and forgot. I cut this a couple weeks ago. All right, once again, putting it in place. Everything's going to be lining up in the right direction. Ouch. Punch down. Go to this hole, second to the end. Make sure that my blue peg sets in that hole. Push my cardboard or whatever it's called, my chipboard, up to the top. Press down. There we go. Okay, I have my covers done. Now all I need to do is just punch my papers, and I'm going to do that the exact same way that you've seen me do it. I'm not doing all these at once. I'm just taking maybe 5, 6. I'm going to try those at once. As soon as I have that done, we will put the notebook together. I've turned the mini cinch around because now I'm going to put my wires here. And I think I'm going to go this way. So I've just laid my wires across. And then, oh golly, let's see if I can do this. I'm going to try to make a hidden spine. I'm not sure I remember how to do it. So I'm going to thread my papers onto my little coil. And then I should have nipped it before, but me being me, why would I do anything simple, right? So I'm just going to take this off. I'm just going to nip it right at the end. There. Now I'm going to hang my front cover, which I believe was this one. And now I'm going to hang my inside back cover. There. The reason for this is when I pull that back cover around, it's going to hide this part of the binding. It's just a different binding technique. Now I take it off. I'm holding everything together. And as you can see, this has got a recessed area. I'm just going to put my binding in the recessed area, kind of hold it firmly but not hard against the little wall in there, and then I'm just going to press down with my lever, and look, it's going to bind it. So now I have to do that to this area. Hold it down, press. Look at that nice binding. I just love this machine. Oh my gosh. I had the big cinch, loved it, and then they came out with this mini cinch, which takes a lot less room, so I really loved it. Okay, see? I'm just going to fold it around, and I have this fun little notebook. So now the fun stuff starts. I just put my cinch in its box. I just love it. All right, so I know that I want to have this kind of centered, and then I want my fish going around it. And yeah, I do know that this type of sea creature that makes the shell lives in the ocean. And I do know that these are koi, freshwater fish. But you know what? It's my world, and I don't care. So I'm just going to have my stuff like that, because I find that pleasing. So I'm going to take my shaker and apply glue. You really do kind of want to get the edges. You don't want it to peel off. I mean, granted, your notebook, you know, it is disposable, but you would like it to last a little bit, particularly if you're giving it as a gift. All right, so I'm just going to kind of eyeball this. I have old eyes, so they're not exactly the best. But I'm just going to put it on there and hold it for a second. This glue grabs very quickly, and it does set very quickly. I just want to hold it down because I noticed that my little shaker had a little curl in it, because when I dried it, I didn't set a book on it. I should have set a book on it. All right, now I am going to glue on my fish. This is Art glitter glue. It works really well for these. I don't know what you call them. If you know the proper name for these, please put it in the comment box below. I just call them resin pieces, but I don't know. Maybe they're, oops, cabochons. Not quite sure. Okay, he's going to be up there because he told me that's where he wanted to live. I think Bob Ross was the one that said there's no mistakes, only happy accidents. Well, I'm here to tell you that there are mistakes, and I make them. All right, I'm going to put this one right about there, I think. Press him down. I like the black one in the corner. Now, the only thing you didn't see me do in making this video was cutting the paper and putting together the shaker element. But this is honestly a super, super quick, super easy project. Like I said, you can make them for little Christmas gifts for your office people. You can make them for gifts for the kids, stocking stuffers. You can make them for a, what do you call it? Craft fair. Anything you wanted to. And you know what? I think this is adorable. I love this. Get a close-up view. Very pretty. And then we have our notebook with our pages. And this is, like I said, this is just copy paper. So if you've liked this tutorial, please let me know. Give it a thumbs up. If you think you want to make one of these, let me know that too. You know, you don't have to use a seashell. You can use whatever you have at home. I just really like the colors of the glitter paper on this one. And I really liked using it with the little cabochons. I don't know what they're called. The things, the little fishies. So I'm going to make another one too. Actually, I'm going to make a password book, and it's going to be slightly different. But it's going to be something that's very easy. I'm not going to wrap the chipboard. I'm just going to make something fast and simple. And then I'm going to use, I have a little really pretty bottle die that I'm going to put on it. All right. See you later.